One of the most entertaining things to watch in this movie was Forest Whitaker's great performance as the leading character Ghost Dog, an African-American mafia hitman who follows the teachings of Hagakure and lives his life according to the code of the ancient samurai. The quiet and straightforward way in which he delivers his lines perfectly captures the soft-spoken nature of the character, who often speaks through his actions rather than through words. This, along with the deliberateness of his actions and his martial arts-inspired style of shooting shown during the film's few action sequences, helps create a believable interpretation of an ancient Japanese samurai warrior placed in an urban American setting. Another notable performance is Henry Silva's portrayal of the mob boss Ray Vargo. Although only in a handful of scenes, his menacing demeanor and frightening voice sticks with you throughout the movie and captures the essence and purpose of the character perfectly. The characters of Raymond the Haitian ice cream salesman and the little girl Perline, played by Isaac de Bancolet and Camille Winbrush respectively, add a degree of lightheartedness and sentimentality to the movie as Ghost Dog's only true friends. Although well acted and well portrayed in their own respects, the characters serve mostly to reveal the more human and emotional side of Ghost Dog, who is otherwise characterized as being very cold and calculating in his actions. Ghost Dog's often comical conversations with Raymond, who speaks only in French, contribute to the overall idea of communication and understanding that transcends the use of words. His relationship with the believably intelligent and perceptive little girl Perline emphasizes his strong desire to pass on his way of life to a new generation. John Tormey's portrayal of Louis, the mafia member who saved Ghost Dog's life and to whom Ghost Dog devotes himself as his retainer, isn't nearly as memorable as these other performances, however. His style of acting is bland and less emotionally driven in comparison to the others, especially Whitaker. Still, his acting is far from terrible, as can be seen during the final showdown between the master and his retainer. This film is quite rich thematically, and the directing and cinematography do a great job of helping to portray these themes. The film constantly juxtaposes the two cultures that it portrays most prominently, which are American mob culture and the culture of the ancient Japanese samurai. Ideas of honor and revenge are shown to be common between the two. Just as Ghost Dog must honor his master by killing the mobmen that threatened to kill both him and Louis, Louis must eventually honor and avenge his murdered boss by killing Ghost Dog. However, where the two cultures differ are on ideas of death and impermanence. Whereas Ghost Dog, following the teachings of the samurai, embraces death and accepts it when it finally comes to him, the mobsters fear it and think of it as the worst fate possible. Also, while the samurai acknowledge the impermanence of things and the need to adapt to change, the mobsters mention repeatedly their fear of the world changing. The use of narration of ancient Japanese philosophy by Ghost Dog and clips from old cartoons to clearly express the ideas present in most scenes was a clever touch by director Jim Jarmusch. Despite this, the film's handling of its philosophy has seemed a bit heavy-handed and questionable at times, such as during the bear hunter scene, and some scenes seem to be needlessly slow. However, these are minor complaints, and for the most part, this was a very entertaining, enjoyable, and at times enlightening film.